Hello and welcome back to And We Rollin'. And welcome back to the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro. Now, those of you who have seen the channel before, you probably have a good idea what we're doing today. Today, we are modifying the Valkyrie. So let's get started. Alrighty guys, it's been a little while since I last modified a car, so I bought a ton of parts. Wasn't sure what we was gonna need, but I'm pretty sure I got enough to get this project done. We've got a new motor, ESC combo by Surpass Hobby. We've got another motor, ESC combo by King Val. We've got a new little battery this time, just for the Valkyrie. I have a feeling we're gonna need the space, so I wanted to get a smaller battery. To go along with that, we've got 13 tooth pinions. We bought 4 of those. Usually I think I use about a 10 tooth, but this time we're gonna gear up, try to get some more speed. In case that doesn't work, also picked up a 12 tooth pinion. We've got our light switch. Lights, because I don't like wiring lights, it's just not fun. Another set of lights. Another light switch. You gotta have a receiver. We got 2. We've got extension cables. This is in case I need to move the ESC further away from the motor. We've got the conversion because our battery's not a Dean's, but we're gonna convert it to a Dean's plug. We've got an on-off switch. You guys know I love the on-off switch. And we picked up some metal servos. So, with all that out the way, let's get the Valkyrie opened up. So, first things first, gonna lay me out a microfiber cloth. Yes, sir. Like to have me a nice little space to work on. Try not to scratch this thing up too much. While we have the opportunity, I figured we'd take a look at the details underneath the Valkyrie. I mean, just look at the details on the bottom of this car. Everything has like this carbon fiber-like texture to it. It's really, really cool. So, with quite a bit of effort, I finally got the body off of the Valkyrie. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So, just for anybody who might modify their Valkyrie in the future, let's go ahead and take a look at the underside of the body shell so you guys can see where the screws are. I'll post a picture on Facebook. If you haven't seen the Facebook yet, facebook.com/andwerollin'. I'll post a picture in there of this, but these 2 in the back, those are hidden under the wing. Those are very hard to see. What else was a pain? A lot of these were a pain actually, because these ones are in the wheel well. You have to look for those. This one was like somewhere around here, but it's like under this panel in a sense, like when you're looking for it. Or was it under this one? I don't know, you guys. It was super confusing for me. Y'all smarter than me though. Y'all will do better. I believe in y'all. But yeah. So I'll post a picture of this, like I said, so you guys can at least have that reference if you ever decide to modify your Valkyrie. But yeah, these are the details I was talking about, you guys. Look at the texture on these parts. Like, in person, they look really, really cool. I definitely recommend adding a Valkyrie to your collection.
Like, I didn't even realize that. Look, it got carbon fiber-like texture inside the headlight too. This car has so many details, you guys. Like, they really did a great job with this car. I definitely recommend picking one up.
So next on the agenda is going to be taking out all the electronics that we don't need. That means that the motor has to go. The circuit board has to go. And the steering has to go, along with the lighting. I'm going to start this process by removing the rear wheels, and then I'll get to the rest of it. So I've separated all the electronics from the chassis. So basically what you're looking at, you could call it the wiring harness of the Valkyrie. You've got the drive motor, your circuit board, your battery compartment, steering motor, and then the lights are in this thing here. And then we have our pretty much bare chassis. So my next step is going to be to get the lights out of here. This isn't a bulb like the other ones. It's actually like I guess this is a LED board. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what I'd assume that is, which is cool. Haven't seen that on a Rastar car before. There's a few things on here that are different than usual, and then a lot of stuff that looks pretty much the same. For example, these wheel caps, you don't drill them, and they also don't have tabs like they used to. These are more like circular, I don't know, like it's like a press fit, so you have to press the circles out. I'll probably voice over the part where I was working on the wheels, so hopefully that makes sense in real time when I'm showing that on camera. But you see the circles here, pretty much you just press this in. So what I did to get it out was I took it from the rear side here and then pressed each one of those out to get the covers off. So if you're modifying your car, don't drill the covers. But yeah, so electronics, gotta get the lights out. Clear this out of the battery compartment because we're probably gonna reuse the battery compartment, and then take the motor out of this housing because we'll reuse the housing as well. Let's get to it. Alrighty, so here we have all the electronics from Valkyrie, the original electronics. The board, motor, steering servo, and yes, these are
LED lights. Pretty cool. Here goes the switch we're not using. So none of this stuff we're using anymore. And then we have battery compartment and all the other parts of Valkyrie. So now we'll go ahead and fit our new electronics. I like to start with fitting the motor. So I guess I'll start there. I'll fit the motor. Then, yeah, I'll fit the motor. We'll start with that.
So I bought two motors. Can't really remember what the difference was. I bought these a little while ago. So let's go ahead and open them up. Starting with the King Val. What is this? So this is a 25 amp ESC. And the motor, there we go. This is a 8200 kilovolt motor. And then in the Surpass Hobby box, we have, oh, that was easy. We have a 2430 7200 kilovolt motor. So I'll probably put, I don't think we put an 82 in anything yet. So I'll probably put the 82 kilovolt motor in here and then one of the 13 tooth pinions. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't overheat. I've tried 14 tooth before on a car and I melted the gearbox. That car was really fast though, I tell you that. But let's go ahead and get the motor fitted. So here we have the stock housing for the Valkyrie. Here's our King Val motor. And if you try to fit this in here, it won't fit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut along this line here and up the side to remove this back wall. That's all we're doing, getting rid of the back wall. From side to side, it'll fit. And then the same thing on the top. We're gonna cut along here, across, and then back down. We're gonna get rid of this wall here. So that way we can close it as well. So I finished trimming the back pieces, the back wall pieces off of the top and bottom of the housing, which leaves me with this. I've got the motor fitted. Ended up using a 10-tooth pinion. This is the one that I bought. It's too big. And then here's some of the other ones I had laying around, but those also didn't fit. So we're back at 10-tooth. It'll be fine. And then all I have to do is secure this in here because this is not gonna stay. This can like slide out. Usually what I like to do is I'll take the back pieces and I'll just kind of melt them onto, back onto the housing to hold my motor in place. Not sure how other people do it, but whichever way you prefer to get that in there secure. So I'm gonna work on that, get the motor secure, button this back up, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Alrighty guys, so the gearbox is done. I 3D printed this, designed it in SolidWorks and 3D printed that. That'll help hold the motor in place. And then on the inside, I drilled a hole and then screwed the motor in using the mounting holes on the motor. So This is my first time doing it this way, but it should make sure that the motor is nice and secure. So I'll get this closed up, get this put in the car, and then next I think we'll work on the steering.
All right, you guys, so I've got the motor back in now. It's all mounted up and ready to go. We've got the wheels back on with the wheel covers. The only thing you guys really missed was I put the steering together. And what you're looking at is a custom design that I made for Valkyrie. It's a 3D printed servo box with a pinion and a press-in rack. This allowed me to not cut into Valkyrie while also making a steering mechanism that will be extremely responsive. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. There's no slack in the steering whatsoever, as you guys can see, which I felt was appropriate for a track car. So we're pretty much almost done here. All I have to do is place the electronics, put the lights in, wire the remote switch, and then put it back together. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that probably off camera. The next time you guys see this car, it'll be in one piece. Alrighty, you guys, Valkyrie's done, and with only 2 leftover screws. So next episode, most likely we'll get this out, but until then, let's keep it rolling.